Good afternoon, good morning. Hi Beth, nice to have you here. Decided to move my schedule up earlier because I'm realizing that noon's a better time for me than 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Nice to have you here, thanks for joining me in if you're here for the first time. Excuse me. Casual Saturday, no dress shirts today. Hi, thanks for being here. Welcome, my name is Barry Selby. You are on my Love Scope, daily inspiration, provocation and motivation around love, romance, and relationships. And today's scope is, well, right now the title, because this is my first week doing this new format, where I do a daily theme, is today is Sexy Saturday. Tomorrow's Spiritual Sunday, so I make atonement tomorrow for what I do today. Not really. But I wanted to start this topic off with some fun and frivolity, because I want to talk about something that may be important, but subtle, because it's not about the act. It's about the where from. Let's put it that way. I'll get to that in a minute anyway. My name is Barry Selby, as I said. I am the love doctor, as my friends call me. I'm a heartbreak and healing repair specialist. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a coach. I'm a guide, a confidant, an author, speaker, and coach. Coach is the wrong word, it's such a limited phrase. Anyway, I am #1 best-selling author of 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. This is my book, which includes a whole section about sex in here, by the way. Hi Steph, nice to have you here. This book is on Amazon. It's also on my website. I think I have a cheat sheet here. There we go. If you go to my website, barryselby.com/book, you can read all about my book. You can pick it up there as an ebook. You can also get the physical book on there, and also the digital book, Kindle, one of those, on Amazon. So if you go here, you'll find out all about it, barryselby.com/book, and that's where you find all about me. I'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, hi, thanks for being here. My name is Barry Selby. As I said, if you're not here by accident, then good to have you here. If you are here by accident, stay tuned, it's going to be fun. And if you haven't already started following me, please tap the little guy in the corner and bring up the little profile bio, tap on follow me, and also please share this on Twitter and invite your followers on Periscope. My plan is to provide some simple but easy, well, we'll see, steps to help you get more love and life in your life, and particularly in the area of sex. Now, if you're single, this will be future planning. If you're in a relationship, hopefully this will tune up things. So if you're here for the first time, by the way, let me know you are here for the first time by putting new or one in the comments, so I know where you're from, who you are. And if you are here for the first time, let me know how you found out about me, or if you're where you're from. Why not? Let's make it complicated, shall we? Just type in a one in the comments if you're here for the first time. Just good to know that. This is, as I said, my daily love scope. I do, for those of you who don't know, do a love scope every day. I just moved my calendar to, as of today, from 4 p.m. to noon every day, Pacific time. And the run this week has been through alliteration. Monday was Man Up Monday. Tuesday is Togetherness Tuesday, which is about couples. Wednesday is Woman Up Wednesdays. Thursday was 3 Keys Thursday. That's changing next week. I already found that one doesn't work for me. Yesterday was Freeform Friday. Today is Sexy Saturday. Tomorrow is Spiritual Sunday. I'm playing with these, so they might change as we go through. And thanks for the hearts, I appreciate that. Always welcome to have somebody tapping on the screen giving hearts. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate that. So let me get to the topic at hand. And thanks for those of you joining me who have been here for the first time, and thanks for following me if you are a regular. This one's going to be quick because I actually have to go somewhere this afternoon. Appreciate it, Steph. So, sexy is, sexy does. Now, this is true if you're single, actually. Let me back it up. This is not just if you're in a relationship. I'm realizing I really need to include everybody. This is an inclusive conversation. Sexy is not based upon how you perform in bed. Shock, horror, oh my God, oh my God. Sexy is a way of being. Now, I'm going to play with this a little bit, but I also want to be clear that I'm not defining that you need to dress a certain way, okay? Because as most of my audience is women, I have a sensitivity and a compassion and caring for women and what they go through, especially in the arena of sex. Well, let's put it this way. This is not foreplay, but this is the prelude. And women have been trained to think, largely, that men are attracted to how deep their cleavage is and how tight their dress is, which is part of the picture, but not all of it. I want to speak to that a little bit more. I said sexy is as sexy does the title because I mean this literally. I've seen plenty of women over the years. I've met plenty of women over the years, and I've dated quite a few of them too. Not as many as some people have, so I'm not saying I'm an expert in that area of dating lots of women. But I've noticed a common thread. What's attractive about a woman to me, and probably to most men if they admit it, isn't necessarily just, and I won't say it's not that they don't do it looking that way, but it's how they carry themselves. I have seen plenty of women who look physically amazing, but they're not sexually attractive because of the way they carry themselves. And they could be the most revealing outfits. And that's one reason that's a challenge, frankly, with pin-up pictures and still images, because they're only two-dimensional. Doesn't matter how much skin they show, how much cleavage they show, how much silhouette they create, whatever you want to call that. It's only a small percentage of the attractive image. Yes, for men and women, they can get themselves off sexually on their own by looking at pictures of the opposite sex. That's what appeals to them. That's fine. But it's such a, and I've done it myself. No argument. I'm not going to sort of pretend I haven't. But it's not. It isn't fulfilling ultimately. It's not complete, and it's certainly not fully expressing the sexuality of who we are. Because sexually speaking, we are sexual beings. That's kind of part of the human experience of being on the planet. Nature has provided us with that motivation and chemical, I won't say reaction, but the chemistry inside, so that we are attracted to somebody to procreate and to produce offspring to promote the species. But I mean it in more about, and this is my context, not about just having sex, and I'll say it this way because it's my languaging, but it's about making love. And the difference is how much of your complete self is involved in the act. I'll put it that way. And by the way, I welcome interaction or questions along the way. This is not meant to be a lecture, it's meant to be a dialogue. But I will keep talking happily if you don't have anything to say, because I've got content to deliver, and it is spontaneous. So if you have questions along the way, feel free to post them and type them in, because I'm definitely welcoming that. So, getting back to where I was in my particular rant or statement, what I've been aware of from a lot of times, what attracts me sexually to a woman, and again, this is personal, but I think a lot of men have the same experience, is how their bearing is. Now, a woman who doesn't look sexy, and this is where it comes an interesting refinement for me, and I think for other men too, a woman who tries to appear sexy but is really out of her sexual experience, it can be discordant. And there are women who look sexy but can't act it either, so it works both ways. A woman is in, and this is I think the essence. Sorry, I had to really sort of say these things, get them out of the way so I get to the clear focus. For me, what it comes back to, of course, it comes back to this because it's my work, is being authentic. And what that means in this context is a woman who is physically in her body. Now, I'll come back to that piece in a minute. Sorry, I'm just realizing I've got like 3 ways to go, and I'm like, okay, that one I'll hold off on. Let's go this way. Okay. Watching my process unfold in front of you. One is, oh my God, how so? Sorry, and I know the comments are not timed exactly with what I said, so feel free to comment, Cheryl, with what I'm saying, so I know where I'm going with this. Okay, let me go to the deeper one first. Woman is in her body, physically and connected, is much sexier than one who's thinking she's sexy but is not connected. So the sexual, for me, that's why I say making love, the sexual connection is not just here, it's here as well as the loins. It's all of the integration. Now, this is the one that's going to be a bit tender for some of you watching, perhaps. Many women, and it's true for many men too, but especially for women, in your history, in your sexual journey, I know that there's a statistic which is insane, that I think it's 1 in 4, 1 in 5 women will experience rape in their lifetime, which is frustrating to me. It hurts me to hear that, to say that, but that's what I've heard. And whether or not that's the case for you or not, it's possible that you have had a sexual experience that wasn't loving, wasn't whole, wasn't in your best interest. And I'm trying to be careful with this, because I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I want to make sure you get this. And you don't have to respond to this if you don't want to, I understand. You can keep it for yourself. But what happens is, any if it was abusive, if it was sexual, any pain, suffering, or hurt that's associated with your sexual experience will limit your ability to be fully in your body and limit your ability to be fully sexy. And I'm going to say this carefully. I know some women along my path who tried to be very sexy, but I could intuitively feel where they were shattered emotionally and physically. So their ability to be sexy was incomplete, and it was hard to watch because I could feel the pain. And it's why what draws me to this work more than anything else is the calling to help women be whole. And this is a part of that story. And yes, it may be unusual for a man to say this, but ladies, if you watch my read Violation Creates Her Body, yes, a lot of women do that. I know and see, for men too. But that violation creates an out-of-body experience. That is well put. That is well stated, Steph. Thank you. It's true. And what happens is women disconnect from their sexual function and ability because it was painful, because it was so violating. Yeah, absolutely. So if that's something you've experienced, please get help. Please seek counsel, however you do that. I do help my clients, not physically, but emotionally. One, because I'm a guy, it would be inappropriate physically. At least it feels the way to me. But emotionally, absolutely, and mentally as well. So it can reset your emotional mindset about that experience. Okay, let me bring the energy up because I'm going down to like a deeper place. I want to bring it back up again. So let's just say this. There's a piece of the picture I want to add into it, which is a different direction, but maybe I'll bring it together. I said that women are sexier, men and women are sexier when they're fully in their bodies, integrated and aligned, so that head, heart, and loins are all connected. At the same time, what men and women are attracted by is different, as you probably know. What attracts a man to a woman is how she appears to him, not how she looks to him, but how she appears to him. And ladies, I'm going to ask you this question. You can answer it if you want in the comments. That's up to you. Your ability to be sexy can be predicated upon your choice of earrings that day, or of a color you wear. You can let me know if it's true or not in the comments. But I know for women, what I've studied with women and learned from them, is that their ability to feel attractive, which then feels sexy, is largely tied about how they tend to dress themselves. It's not about what appeals to a man, it's about what feels good to you. So I know that for some of the ladies out there, the weight of your earring will impact your whole day if you choose the wrong ones. Color, yes. Color's part of the picture too. So when you are wearing, ladies, and that's true for men too, but I'll speak to the ladies who are watching this, is when you wear something that you love, that turns you on, energetically, emotionally, it makes you more attractive to us. It makes you sexier. So it's not about how you feel in your body. Yeah, exactly. So I've found women to be attractive, and I'm speaking from the purely male attracted to women type perspective. I've seen women in very sexy outfits that aren't sexy because they weren't comfortable in who they were being. And I'm speaking normal life, not talking about dress up or that sort of stuff, masquerade type stuff. I'm talking about this is the natural way of being. So for you ladies who want to really become more attractive to the opposite sex, and it's true for men, to the same thing, is wear things that make you feel good. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But it's about feeling aligned to your natural gifts and your attractiveness, because it's what makes you feel sexy. And for men, I know I like wearing certain clothes, and I used to wear suits all the time. I don't wear suits very often now. Now when I wear a suit or a tie, it feels nice to dress up and be like feeling good, because it's a rarity, not an everyday thing. This is true. There's one piece of stone I wear, everyone radiates towards me. That can be, I'm not getting into crystals and stones and stuff like that, but I understand what you're saying. I wear crystals too, and things that I wear as well that help me feel good about myself, which makes that more attractive too. But I'm thinking more on the sexuality and polarity piece. And I'm going to get into this more next week, because the whole sexual conversation is coming out deeper and deeper. But yeah, I don't think there's any more to add to this. I think I've really got, I've drained this, but I think I've just said the point I got to was about being aligned to your own attractiveness, and sexuality is a choice. And it's not just about how you are in bed. Is that clear enough? I think I've summarized this enough to get enough points across. And this is really just touching on some highlights, because there's a lot more to this conversation. And this is the first of my, well, maybe the last one. We'll see. I'm going to change my, I'm going to choose my topics again for next week. But the plan is this is a Sexy Saturday conversation. So that's it. And I am moving it early to noon right now, just because it's easy for me schedule-wise. Tomorrow maybe noon, but definitely Monday through Friday I'm going to be back to noon instead of 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're watching me, please stay tuned and follow me. Nice to be back, Steph. Say which again? Should I say it again? Cheryl, say which part again? Because I went through a quick burst and I might have heart reset. Oh, thank you, Steph. I appreciate that. Your heart resettings, you're doing lots and lots of hearts. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Cheryl, you were saying something about, say it again. Which part were you asking me to say again? Please. I'm glad it helps. And please share this replay with your friends and people on Twitter, because this is, I didn't plan to go this way necessarily, but it's the way it comes through, because I just stay with what's coming through message-wise. It is important work, and there's a lot of healing in this place. This is my passionate work with women, to help them to own their magnificence and their femininity. That was the big thing I was going to talk about. There's more to talk about in this, and the masculine feminine polarity piece I'll probably talk about next week. I've covered this before in my scopes, but now this is becoming a theme per every week. I'll talk about this polarity piece, which is vital for sexual connection, next week. There you go. Creativity and sexual energy are the same. Yes, they are. The same chakra too. It's from the same place. You want to get energetics about it. Has to be more than the bedroom. Yes, it does. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh boy, that is so, yeah. Foreplay isn't in the bedroom. Foreplay is every connection you have with your partner, which can be the way you touch hands in the morning before you go to work, a text during the day. It could be just what you think about yourself. So yeah, absolutely, it's not just in the bedroom. Sex is a way of being, part of our beingness because of who we are. So absolutely right on, Cheryl. Yeah, I'm saying I'm not going to add anything more to that. You've said it perfectly. So I think I'm wrapping up, unless there's any other questions along the way. Cheryl, you asked me to repeat something, so if you remember what that is, great. Otherwise, I think I've forgotten what I was speaking about because it comes through me. Be on the replay, of course. I'm signing off as I'm going to go get something to take care of on my phone, because I want a prize. So cool. You're welcome. And Cheryl, if you're not already following me, please make sure you are, because I do my scopes every day about love and relationships. And by the way, a little sidebar. If you follow me, you know that I do the fairly frequently the share-a-thons with the Perry 10K group. Well, this weekend is the global meditation scope that started yesterday, and I'm on tonight. So if you're following me at 9 p.m. Pacific time, I'm doing it late because at the end of slot get grab. It needs to be said a little bit more. Well, this will be talked about more often, so definitely. And we can have more conversation about this going forward. Absolutely. So thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. So I'm just seeing which one is going here. Yes. Sorry, reading profiles and stuff. So tonight, 9 p.m. Pacific time, if you're East Coast, that's midnight. I'm leading my segment of the Global Meditation Scope, so I'll be back on again tonight. And mine's going to be basically healing self-love focus. So that'll be fun. So yeah, so I'm just noticing that I think it's just the lighting. My phone seems to think that I'm much. That's a bit better. You can just see my skin tone. It's getting very washed out. But I'm not really self-conscious about it. It just looks really weird on camera. So okay. This to be continued. And again, if you feel value in this, please share it with your friends. Post it on Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc. Make sure people are following me. They watch the replay, and I'll be back on again tomorrow. Will be Spiritual Sunday, different direction. But every day is a different thematic because it's easy to talk that way, and it's part of me getting my message out in a different way. So thanks for following me. Share it with your followers, have them follow me too, and I'll be back with more later on. Okay? Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Steph. Thank you for everybody else who watched in here. Appreciate you being on my scope, and stay in touch. Okay? Bye. My pleasure. Thank you. And yes, take care of yourselves. Have a great day. And love more today than you did yesterday. Peace out.